What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, roll that intro. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are looking at the Ibanez RGMS8 Iron Label Series Multiscale 8-string guitar. Checking out the specs, starting at the body, we've got a lightweight mahogany body, which is obviously Ibanez's classic RG Superstrat shape. We've got a monorail bridge, volume, tone, 5-way switch. It's through body strung, and then pickup wise in this, we've got Ibanez's own Array 8 multi-scale pickups. Checking out the specs on the neck side of things, it is an ultra stable 5-piece neck, so you've got maple and walnut. It's a Jatoba fretboard, so obviously a modern day equivalent to rosewood. You've got 24 jumbo fan frets, and then obviously being a fan fret guitar, you've got 2 different scale lengths. So on the high E side of things, it's a 25.5-inch scale, and then on the lower side of things, it's a 27-inch scale. So how does it feel? If you are familiar with cricket, then I would just say cricket bat. That is what it feels like you are holding. It is Ibanez's Wizard 3 8-string multi-scale neck profile, so it is ultra thin, but it is a big, old, wide neck. If you have not played 8 strings before, it is a little bit to get used to. I used to have one years ago, but I've not played one in about 5 years, so it's taken me a little bit to get my head round. But they are a good fun guitar, and once you get used to them and you know your limitations on it, then they are an awesome guitar to play, and this one feels really, really nice. What kind of tones can you get out of this guitar? I mean, a lot of people are just going to look at this and think metal, and to be fair, bands like Periphery and Animals as Leaders made 8-string guitars popular over the last 10 years. So you would be forgiven for looking at it and just thinking metal guitar. But honestly, this thing has got so many tones hidden in there. It is really, really versatile. With the 5-way switch, so you can get single coil sounds out of this. You can get stratty kind of tones, big rock tones, nice clean funk tones. So in terms of the tones that you can get out of it, there is loads that this guitar can do. Setup straight out of the box, I mean, it's got the classic Ibanez low action, ultra flat neck profile. The intonation is in, which is a feat in itself when you got fan frets and 8 strings. You could probably get a little bit of a lower action on this straight out of the box, but when you've got this many strings and a big old wide neck like this, having a little bit of play in the action probably isn't a bad thing, because it means that you can really dig in. So straight out of the box, this thing just plays really, really well, and you can just tune it up and take it on stage straight away. Quality and value for money. I mean, these things are around 500, 600 pounds in the UK, and it is astounding how much you get for the money. As I said, I had a 8-string 5-6 years ago. It was by a different brand and it probably cost twice as much, but it did not feel as nice as this. It is really, really stable with the 5-piece neck, and things like the bridge just feel reassuring and like they're made really well. So value for money wise, if you are looking at going down the 8-string route, then it's honestly a really good starting point and a definite contender for you to look at. Is there anything that I would change with this or that I don't like? I mean, anything I don't like? Honestly, no, there's nothing I don't like. It's just personal preference. I would probably put some locking tuners on there. There's nothing wrong with the tuners that are on there, and if you stretch the strings in really well, it's all really stable, so it's gonna stay in tune. But I just want that reassurance of the locking tuners when you've got this many strings and the tension that comes with that. Other than that, I would probably put some different pickups in with some tighter low end, something like some bare knuckles, which have been designed specifically for 8 strings. There's nothing wrong with these pickups, but they are a little bit flubby in the low end for me. But that being said, bare knuckle 8-string set new is probably going to be half the price of what this guitar is in total. So for what you are getting for the money with the guitar, it's awesome. So it's an expensive upgrade, but it's just something that I personally would do. So why a fan fret design? What's the idea behind it? So 2 things for me. One is that the layout of the fan frets means it follows the arc of your hand as you're moving up and down the fretboard, which makes it easier to play. And second is it allows for multiple scale lengths. So for example, on the higher end, it's got a 25.5-inch scale. So if it was straight frets and 1 scale length, by the time you get to the lower strings, the low F sharp, you would have to have really, really thick strings to get the tension. Otherwise, this string is going to be flapping around all over the place. So it allows for a nicer gauge of string with the tension to get the right tuning. If it was 27 inches the whole way, then this string would be really, really tight. So if you're going to do any lead work, any kind of bends, this thing would be a nightmare to play with. It would be so tight, more liable to breaking. It just would not be nice to play. So multi-scale fretboards, it gets around that and just gives a really nice feel all across the fretboard. So 8-string guitars in general, are they for you? I mean, obviously that is up to you to decide. All I can say is when I played in a rock metal band years ago, the 8-string was really cool for me because there was stuff I wanted to do in standard tuning and stuff I wanted to do in drop tunings, and it just allowed me to do it all on the one guitar without having to bring different guitars and different tunings and a backup for those guitars. So that was really cool. When I stopped playing in that kind of band and I was playing in a function band, I think the point that I got rid of my 8-string was when I was playing something like I'm a Believer by the Monkees on an 8-string, and just realizing that I was not going to be using an 8-string to its full potential in that kind of band, and I was just making it harder work for myself. As much as it was fun to wind up the bassist by doubling some of his bass parts on guitar. So there's a couple of things there to think about if you are thinking of buying an 8-string, and as well, you know, if you play something like this, a really small guitar with a tiny neck, no headstock, and then halfway through the set you switch back to something like this, it can feel really, really weird and off-putting to go from a small neck or even something normal like a Strat or a Les Paul and then switch back to an 8-string. The really thin neck on this model does help, but yeah, it's just something to think about if you are thinking of going down the 8-string route. Honestly, I cannot believe that this guitar cost what it does. The materials and everything that you are getting on this at the price point that this guitar sits at, it is well worth the money. Even a 6-string version of this at this price point that plays this nicely is worth it. But when you're getting all this extra wood and sound, it's unbelievable that they can do this for this kind of money. So there we go. That is the Ibanez RGMS8 iron label guitar. I know I've banged on about 8-strings in general a little bit in this video, but hopefully I've given you some information about this as well that's useful. And all I can say, for me, honestly, at this price point, this thing is amazing and the quality of it is just really, really good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button to show your support and to get some more cool guitar talk content. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.